Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's your friend and guide here with the fishing forecast you've been waiting for. We're looking at the week of the 9th of February through the 15th of February 2026. And friends, this isn't your average sleepy late winter week. The weather charts and moon phases are telling a story of big changes, which means for those who know how to read the signs, there are some incredible opportunities mixed in with some definite challenges. Are you ready for a roller coaster ride? I promise by the end of this video, you will know exactly when to hit the water and what to throw to make this a memorable week. This week is a tale of two halves, my friends. We're starting off with a mild, gentle nudge that could trigger a fantastic prefrontal bite, but it ends with a cold slap that will shut things down for the unprepared. Stick with me and you'll be prepared. Let's dive right into the fish we'll be chasing. This time of year, it's all about understanding lethargic fish. Our primary targets will be the mighty largemouth bass and the ever-elusive walleye. First up, let's talk largemouth bass. In this cold water, bass are conserving every ounce of energy. They aren't going to chase down your fast-moving crankbaits. The key this week is slow, slower, and then even slower. You need to think finesse. I'm talking about vertical presentations. Where do you find them? Look for deep water structures. Think main lake points, deep channel swing banks, and especially vertical structures like dock pilings or steep bluff walls. Rocks are your friend, as they hold just a little more heat than the surrounding area, making them a magnet for bass trying to warm up. For your tackle, this is spinning gear territory. Light line is a must. I'm talking 6 to 8 pound fluorocarbon leader. Your best bets for baits are going to be Ned rigs, drop shot rigs, and maybe a Nico rig. The trick is not to overwork it. A common mistake is constantly jiggling the bait. Cast it out, let it sink to the bottom, and then just let it sit. The natural currents in the water will give it all the action it needs to entice a bite. Patience will be the most valuable tool in your tackle box for bass this week. Now, let's shift gears to walleye. For many of us, this could be the last chance for some action through the ice. While others might be fishing open rivers, the principle is the same. These fish are starting to feel the primal urge to move towards their spring spawning areas. This means they will be migrating along travel corridors, so look for them on long points, gravel shoals, and near river inlets or dams. Because the fish are in two different moods right now, some are still lethargic and some are aggressive, you need a two-pronged attack. For the sluggish, lethargic walleye, nothing beats dead-sticking a live minnow. A simple hook or a small jig tipped with a fat head or shiner set under a slip bobber or on a second rod can be absolutely deadly. For the more aggressive fish, especially during the low light periods of dawn and dusk, it's time to trigger a reaction. This is where rattling lures shine. Baits like the buckshot rattle spoon or rattling lipless crankbait can draw vicious strikes from walleyes that aren't actively feeding but will strike out of pure instinct. Don't be afraid to be aggressive with your jigging to call them in. All right, let's get into the why. Understanding the conditions is what separates a lucky angler from a great one. Let's break down what Mother Nature has in store for us. First, the weather. The week starts out mild and foggy with temperatures in the low to mid-30s Fahrenheit. We'll see some patchy rain, which indicates a low-pressure system moving through. This is our green light, friends. Fish feel this drop in pressure and often feed heavily right before a front. But then around Wednesday, the front hits. We'll see light snow and the temperatures will plummet into the mid-20s. This signals a high-pressure system, which is famously tough for fishing. The back half of the week remains cold with freezing fog and mist, but the key is that the pressure will stabilize. This stability, even in the cold, can get the fish slowly moving again. Now for water temperature. It's going to be cold, hovering just above freezing. In these temperatures, a fish's metabolism is incredibly slow. They digest food slowly and don't need to feed often. This is why our presentations must be slow and deliberate. Even a 1 or 2 degree swing in water temperature can make a world of difference, so pay attention to areas that get more sun exposure in the afternoon. Let's look up at the sky. The moon phase is a critical piece of the puzzle. We begin the week on Monday, the 9th, with a third quarter moon. This phase is generally considered decent for fishing, often producing good bites in the morning and evening. As the week progresses, we will be in a waning crescent phase, heading toward the new moon on the 17th. Many experienced anglers believe that the days leading up to a new moon can trigger predator fish to feed more actively, so keep that in your back pocket for the weekend. So, what's the general activity level of the fish? They are in a late winter holding pattern. They're lethargic but opportunistic. The key takeaway is that they will be tightly grouped. If you find one fish, you've likely found a whole school. Don't waste your time fishing empty water. Use your electronics, cover ground, and once you get a bite, work that area over thoroughly. Now for the part you've all been waiting for. Let's break this forecast down day by day. Monday, the 9th of February. The week kicks off with a third quarter moon and foggy conditions. I'm rating today's bite as average. The moon phase is on our side for a morning bite, but the stable, foggy weather might make the fish a little lazy. Work those finesse tactics for base and be patient. Tuesday, the 10th of February. Temperatures bump up a little and there's a chance of rain. This means the atmospheric pressure is dropping. Friends, this is the day. I'm calling this a good, bordering on excellent bite. This is the prefrontal window you dream of. Fish will likely be more aggressive and willing to move to feed. Get out on the water if you can. Wednesday, the 11th of February. The front arrives. Temperatures drop and light snow begins. This is a classic post-frontal scenario. The bite will be weak. The sudden change will shock the fish, giving them a classic case of lockjaw. This is a good day to organize your tackle box or stay home. Thursday, the 12th of February. Cold reality sets in. Temperatures will be down in the mid-20s and the skies will be clear under high pressure. I have to rate this day as tough. The fish will be pushed deep onto structure and very reluctant to bite. If you must go, focus on the midday period and present your bait as slowly as humanly possible. Friday, the 13th of February. The pressure has stabilized, though it remains cold with some mist. The bite is recovering to average. The fish are starting to adjust to the new conditions. They won't be overly aggressive, but they can be caught. Focus on those deep bass with finesse baits and try dead sticking for walleye. Saturday, the 14th of February. We're looking at freezing fog and cold, stable conditions. I'm calling this an average day. The waning moon is starting to have a positive effect. The bite won't be fast and furious, but the fish have had a couple of days to acclimate. The afternoon could offer a decent window as the sun provides what little warmth it can. Finally, Sunday, the 15th of February. The week closes with mist and a slight rise in temperature into the low 30s. I'm rating this day as average to good. That little bump in temperature combined with another day of stable pressure could be just what's needed to get the fish a bit more active, especially in the afternoon. This could be a great day to end the week. And that's the forecast, my friends. It's a week of strategy, not of luck. Play the weather fronts, slow down your presentation, and you can find success even in the cold.
I wish you all the tightest of lines and the best of luck on the water. As always, ni chvosta ni cheshui, neither tail nor scales. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and please drop a comment below. I want to hear your plans for the weekend. What are you going to be targeting? Share your own observations. Until next time, stay safe and fish on.